This video is a sequel to a vid I made in 2021. I would highly recommend watching that if you haven't done so already, as this video would be infinitely times more useful. In this video, I'm going to explain the more advanced strats on how to speedrun Stick War, as well as some alternative methods on how to beat the game to what I taught 2 years ago. But first, let me explain some basic mechanics of the game. You can take control of a unit by clicking on it, or, alternatively, there are hotkeys you can use to automatically take control of the units that you use in the speedrun. Press 1 to take control of the miner, 3 to select the swordwrath, or 4 to select the spearton. If you do not have any archidons, magicill, or giants present, you can either press 2, 5 or 6 to unselect the unit selection completely. The unit you'll be using the most is called the swordwrath. It costs 150 gold and can move in 4 directions: up, down, left, and right. It has 4 different attack animations, 2 fast ones and 2 slow ones. When you take control of the swordwrath, it does 3 times the damage it normally would, meaning it can one-shot enemy swordwraths at max level. It also has double HP, however units in this game take considerably more damage when they are attacked in the back, with the exceptions being giants. The miner is a unit that will be used to gain extra gold at the start of a mission to summon more units. You can press space around one of these gold patches to mine and then walk back to the spears to bank the gold that you have just mined. A quick way of doing this is to unselect the miner halfway through the last hit of gold, before the sack of gold is full, in order to speed things up in the banking process. This trick is called fast mining and is used a lot at the start of a level. Finally, the spearton can be used in 2 levels in the game for some safe yet quick statue killing. The spearton costs 400 gold, takes the longest to spawn in after you summon it, and has no speed upgrade unlike the swordwrath. It can move in 4 directions: up, down, left, and right, and has 2 very fast attack animations, making it the highest DPS unit in the game. The spearton is also programmed to throw its spear at the first confrontation it gets, so make sure you take control of it before you engage the enemy. A glitch exists where if you press this button to garrison your unit, but you select a unit that's behind your statue, you can rush it forward as the enemies will ignore you. This is called the garrison glitch and is used in levels 2, 5 and 10 for some easy wins. The strats I'm about to teach you are for literal perfect play of the game. If something doesn't make sense, do an easier strategy and learn the other levels first. Okay, once you're ready to play the game, click on Play Campaign and then select Normal, as this is a tutorial for the normal difficulty. As soon as the first level starts, skip the tutorial, summon 5 swordwraths, press attack and then fast mine for an extra 100 gold. Turn around and mine an extra 30 so that you can afford another swordwrath. Take control of the first swordwrath and immediately go down. As the archidon attacks again, go to around the middle of the screen. As he shoots again, go down and pass underneath him. Let your other units kill the archidon that you've just passed to save approximately 2 seconds. Then go to around the middle of the screen and destroy the enemy statue. Hope that you don't get headshot in the process. Do not upgrade anything before level 2. Just skip the upgrade and just play the level. For level 2, this is what we call an ambush level because they're capped at 2 minutes and 2 seconds. For level 2, do the garrison glitch, kill the bandits, and then win the level. There's a lot of downtime, so you can just wait, be patient, relax. Before level 3 starts, upgrade the swordwrath's foot 3 times, saving the 1 remaining upgrade point. This will boost the swordwrath's speed. When the level begins, summon 3 swordwraths, press attack, and fast mine for an extra 100 gold. Take control of the first swordwraths, and now we're going to do something called a one-way backstab. Normally when we backstab, we go up and then down around a unit, and then we stab him in the back. Do not do this. Instead, only press S to go down around the unit, and then backstab the enemy. For some reason, you are way less likely to have a unit get killed from the archidon. From here, go to around the middle of the statue to take hits for your supporting units. When the revenge wave comes forward, turn around to avoid accidentally hitting an enemy, and sometimes you will win the level. Keyword, sometimes. This level is incredibly unforgiving and a loser to 99% of runs. But if you keep at it, eventually you will break through and see the rest of the game. Alternatively, you can look for easier strategies and just learn this one later. In fact, I highly recommend taking this time save for level 3 last when doing runs. Eventually, after you beat level 3, upgrade the Sawed-Off Sword 3 times. As soon as the level 4 begins, summon 3 Sword-Offs, press attack and fast mine for an extra 100 gold. Take control of the first Sword-Off and go to the bottom row. As we're approaching the enemy statue, go up and around to backstab the Spearton. As scary as it looks with all the miners in the way, you should get it most of the time, if you commit to it and at the right time. But if it is too hard, you can just attack him twice and kill him. From here, destroy the statue. Skip the level 5 upgrade and then start level 5. Level 5 is an ambush level, which means you can just do the garrison glitch with a sword draft and kill all the sword drafts on the other side. Again, you're gonna have to wait the full 2 minutes and 2 seconds, which means be patient, take a rest, go get a snack, go get a drink. But after the level, make sure you upgrade the statue's crown 4 times. This will allow you to gain more passive gold at 10 a tick versus 2 a tick. When you enter level 6, summon 3 sword drafts, attack, and then fast mine for an extra 130 the exact same way you did at level 1. Take control of the frontmost sword draft, go slightly down to avoid the archer arrow, and then move back up to the center. From here we're going to do a strategy called juggling. The way it works is we're going to attack the statue with our first sword draft until the second one arrives. As the second one arrives, we want to attack with the first sword draft, deal damage, and then immediately switch to the second sword draft to deal with some extra damage. This is probably the hardest trick in the game, so I'll show a few examples. You can see here I'm attacking, and as I'm dealing the final blow, bang! I switch to the second sword draft and I attack. This is important to perfect, because if you do it too early, you won't deal extra damage with one of your units. Do it too late, and the level takes longer than it needs to. This strategy takes a lot of practice to do consistently, as well as a little bit of luck for some animations, as some work better than others. Once you actually do the juggle, finish the level with the second sword draft by pressing S and attack, but do look away. When the magic kill rush comes, they won't stun your second unit if you are at the bottom row, and you can destroy the statue while the minion horde is distracted by your stunned units. Overall, magic kill is a very consistent level, assuming you know the strats. Wow, those strats were very technical so far. What's next for Pertland? Pertland? Just play badly. Before you start level 7, upgrade the miner's pickaxe twice. When the level begins, summon 3 sword drafts, attack, and then fast mine for an extra 143 the same way that you did for levels 1 and 6. Take control of the first sword draft and then literally bump into the incoming enemy. From here, go down before he gets a second hit on you and then kill him from behind. Don't worry if this takes a good attempt, remember, we're playing badly. From here, hug the bottom row and face forward. Hope you don't get headshot too many times, and then when the rush comes through, continue to look forward. Only look backwards if you're going to attack miners. Killing enemy sword drafts is okay. For some reason, if all goes well, you are way more likely to complete Pertland and at a more reasonable time. Once you finish level 7, upgrade the pickaxe one more time. This will make it so that you only need to mine twice to fast mine. For Westwind, all you need to do is fast mine for an extra 200, take control of the firstmost sword draft, and hug the bottom row. The Spearton at the base will always run away, so if you want, you can try and backstab him to guarantee the W, but it's unlikely. From here, hope you just win the level, it's more in your favour. Before we start level 9, you have a choice. You can either go safe or risky. If you choose to go safe, upgrade the Spearton Spear twice. I would highly recommend you do Spearton strats. But if you choose to go risky, upgrade the Miner's Bag 3 times. Either way, I will explain both strategies. First, let's play safe. To do the level fast with Speartons, summon a Spearton as soon as the level starts, press attack, and fast mine until he runs away from your screen. Keep summoning sword drafts as they are used to distract the incoming giant from destroying your statue. Take control of the Spearton and walk under the giant. From here, you can just hug the bottom row and destroy the statue in 1 minute and 8 seconds, because everyone will ignore you. If you go the route of using sword drafts, what you need to do is summon 3 sword drafts, attack, and fast mine for an extra 172 twice. From here, kill the giant and try not to get hit. Bonus tip, if you pause mid-animation, what you can do is you can cancel the giant's attack and it won't hit you. After you kill the giant, hope to destroy the statue and hope that the other giants don't attack you. I have not the faintest clue in the world on how to beat this level in under 1 minute and 8 seconds, but I should tell you that it is technically faster, so it is an option if you want to figure out how to do it. If you upgraded Speartons in the previous level, now upgrade the Miner's Bag 3 times. Otherwise, there are no more upgrades needed in the game. Level 10 is another ambush level, which means it is capped at 2 minutes and 2 seconds. What we can do is do the garrison glitch with the sword draft to kill the incoming giant. Then we can fast mine until we have around 15 sword drafts and then press attack. Level 11, Ice Hills, is another level which depends on which strategy you want to do. Assuming you do the sword draft strategy, what you want to do is you want to summon 3 sword drafts, press attack, and fast mine for an extra 172. From here, you take control of the first sword draft and kill the Archodon and the incoming sword drafts. After that, take control of the miner again and fast mine for an extra 172 gold. And then, once again, take control of the first sword draft. From here, just hope that you win the level. It's very unlikely, but if you do win the level, you will win it in under 50 seconds, almost guaranteed. If you choose to use Speartons, what you want to do is summon a Spearton, press attack, and you want to fast mine until the Spearton moves in front of your statue. In the meantime, summon sword drafts. You're going to need those to help you kill the statue. Take control of this Spearton, but do move out of the way as an Archodon will shoot a bullet at you. From here, try your best to only attack the sword drafts and move past the Archodon. Let your sword drafts that you are summoning attack the Archodon. Now there should be another sword draft that comes your way. If he retreats, let him retreat. Do not kill him. But if he attacks you, then kill him. Once you arrive at the statue, hug the bottom row with your Spearton, and then hope that you win the level. It's around a 50% chance. Although, do keep in mind that if you go for this riskier strategy where you don't kill the Archodon, do keep in mind that the Archodon within the push will always go on the bottom row and attack your Spearton. You are likely to live the Archodon shot, but don't be on world record pace, otherwise you will get 1%ed.
No!
And now you've reached the last level in the game. Start the level by summoning sword drafts and fast mine for an extra 172 gold. Keep spamming sword drafts the entire level. Take control of the front sword drafts, dodge the incoming arrow, and then kill the sword drafts again and let your other sword drafts attack the Archodon. Go towards the statue and kill the incoming sword draft that comes your way. From here you want to hug the bottom row and you want to wait for the push to come through. There's going to be multiple, but there's going to be one that's bigger than the others. You want to help out your units when this push comes through. It is very important that there are no enemies left for the giant boss fight, then fighting the giant and also fighting other enemies as well. If you see that your units can single-handedly take out the enemy units, then you want to turn around and finish off the statue with the sword draft that you are controlling. Once you've destroyed the statue and you've got the incoming push sorted out, take control of your miner and keep mining so that you can have more sword drafts for the boss fight. You may have time for maybe one extra fast mine, but that is absolutely plenty. Take control of one of your sword drafts and position yourself in front of the giant before he attacks you. If the giant attacks you, what you can do is pause the level and then resume the game mid-animation. This will make it so that the giant will still attack you, but his actual damage won't go through. This is a bit of a time loss strategy, so you're gonna have to practice with it. You need to understand when it is better to just take the L and take the stun than it is to take the pause and save the time in that aspect. But once you've actually destroyed the giant, congratulations! You have now beat Stick War with the most optimal strat known in the community. Now just keep playing until all the strats align and you have the perfect run. Okay, let's cut to the chase. A perfect run of this game is almost definitely never gonna happen. But what we can do is we can lower the time bit by bit until eventually I am proven wrong and a perfect run does happen. But how are we gonna do that? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to practice. There are a few ways that we can practice the levels in the game. First things first is you can just keep continuing your run. It doesn't matter that you lost time on the previous split, continue your run and then you can practice the upcoming levels. Not only that, but you can also practice the upgrades as you progress level to level. I know this is a bit of an ego killer as this run can't PB and is a waste of your time. But if you want to have the best run possible, you're gonna have to practice the middle to late game. But if you're struggling with one level in particular, IL runs are a great way to improve and correct any mistakes that you've made in the runs. A very easy way to do this is to use a mod which a very kind member in our community has made out of absolutely nowhere. Join our Discord to gain access to that mod. With this practice tool, you can have a health bar to see what damage you are doing to our enemies. You can see how much damage you are taking, and you can restart quicker and easier so that you can do the levels again and again until you've nailed the execution. And finally, have fun with it. Have fun. This is a game. If you're not having fun with this game, don't play it. Trust me, I've been there. If a game is tilting you beyond belief, you're not having fun with it. It's honestly such a waste of time. Believe me, this run can shaft you in ways that you actually cannot make up. And it is a rite of passage to make it through all of that with a smile on your face. Never give up, and finally, this stupid category can be done and dusted. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope that I have helped you in some way, shape or form. Do not be afraid to leave me a comment down below and ask any questions that you may have. Join the Speedrunning Discord server as we are a friendly bunch who will be happy to help. Please like, favourite, share, subscribe and of course, make sure to view.